Yo, I'm that bruh Nez, dropping another vlog on y'all. And yo, this is just gonna be a quick vlog on my take on what's going on. And I just want to put something out there that I've been saying for a long time. You know, I haven't really said this in a vlog or anything, but I've been telling my close family and friends and relatives this for a while now. And you know, I figure I'll share it with you guys because it's becoming more and more evident of the things that I've been telling them. It seems like it's really happening. And you know, and I try to tell people this stuff and no one wants to believe me, but now it's getting to that point where look, it's getting nuts. You know, it's getting nuts out there. You know, it's about this whole election situation. Okay, now anybody who knows me and stuff like that, they know that I'm up against the fence of who I'm voting for, because me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of either candidates, Hillary or Trump. I mean, everybody says, well, you gotta pick the lesser of two evils. You know, you gotta vote for Hillary because Trump is blah, 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 blah. Look, I don't want to say that I don't even want to vote, because that would be irresponsible, because, you know, there are a lot of people died to give us our right to vote. So I'm gonna vote. I just probably won't know who I'm gonna check off until like 30 seconds before I step into the poll. You know, probably like right before I step in the poll, I'll probably be making the decision. You know, I'll probably be in the poll, and I'll probably still be, you know, confused as to who I'm going to vote, and I'll probably just end up closing my eyes and just picking one, because I really don't care for either of the candidates. I mean, Hillary has her issues with lying and hiding secrets and shit, and Trump, he's just a freaking Looney Tune. But that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna get back to what I was saying. It may not even come to that of me having to pick one or the other, because I've been saying this for a while now. I'm gonna say for about a year, maybe a little bit more. Even before Trump got nominated, you know, as the Republican Party delegate, I've been saying this. Yo, Trump he's not gonna be president, okay? Hillary, it's a shoo-in. She's gonna be president. Mark my words, I'm saying this right now. Hillary Clinton's gonna be president, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you look back in history, well, I shouldn't say history, but if you go back about 2 or 3 decades, maybe 2.5 decades, you'll see that Trump has a lot. He has a lot of views that align along with Democratic views. Okay, I mean, sure, right now you would, you know, you listen to me say that and you're saying like, no way, no way, no way. But I'm telling you, like, he's even on record. Like, if you go and like, you Google that shit. I'm saying, look, like, seriously, Google. Like, he used to be like best friends with Rev Run from Run DMC from like back in the 80s and stuff, like the 80s and 90s. And he was like really cool. They were business partners and everything. And even like Rev Run, he's come out and said that he don't know who this Trump person is, because he was a strong Democrat back in the day, and he used to do a lot of funding towards Democratic, you know, parties and stuff like that. You know, it was anonymous funding, so there's really no way to. I mean, I'm sure if all the people whose sole job is to research that stuff and look that stuff up, they could find out that he's actually contributed to Democratic parties and stuff like that. They could find out, but the average me and you person, we're not going to be able to find that stuff out, because these donations and stuff are made anonymously, because they don't, you know, a lot of people in Trump's stature, you know, when they make donations, they do it because they don't want stuff to be traced back to them. So they bury that under this you know, this business and that business, and, you know, and this organization and that organization. But you make a donation through this organization, which you fund this organization, then the donation goes to the Democratic Party of, you know, somebody, you know, through this organization. Then, I mean, you do enough, you chase the you know how they say you gotta chase the money, you gotta follow the money, you gotta follow the paper trail. Eventually it all leads back to Trump. And so, like I said, Trump has been, like, he's on record as being a supporter of people from the Democratic Party. He's on record as having some views that align with Democratic views. And the icing on the cake is that before this whole election situation, he's good friends with the Clintons. Like, I don't know about you, but I've had friends for a long time, and I may not see them, that often. There's friends that I haven't seen since high school, but when I do see them, and this is years later, when I do see them, it's like old times. You know what I'm saying? We have a drink, whatever, we hang out a little bit, and then we keep it moving. You don't just turn friendships off unless somebody does you wrong. And I highly doubt that any of the Clintons did Trump wrong. Okay? He was good friends with him. I shouldn't say was. He still is. He still is. Right now, they're running against each other, so I'm sure they put their little friendship aside because they're running with each other. Just like Chelsea Clinton and Ivanka Trump, his daughter. They're like besties. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure they had a little discussion like, look, both our fathers are running for president, so we got to put this on hold for the time being, then we can pick back off after one of them wins. I should say both of our fathers, but both of our parents are running for president, so we got to put this on hold and pick this back up after they win, where we pick it back up where we left off. There's no secret about any of this stuff, And look, and the main thing that I was saying, I was like, watch, this is how I'm telling you Clinton is going to win, okay? And she's going to win by a lot. And this is why I say this. Because as you notice that the things that, now that Trump is definitely nominated as the Democrat, as the Republican, he's a Republican nomination. He's a lock. Okay? He's a lock. They're going to be, Clinton, I keep saying Clinton. Trump, like, every day in the news, like every day, if not every day, every couple of days, he does something like this more and more outlandish. And it's going to get to the point where people are going to be like, yo, this guy is an absolute screwball Looney Tune. There's no way I could vote for this guy. We cannot have this guy as president. Because just look at some of the things he's done. Like, he's talking about, he's always been talking about building the wall. But, like in the news, I'm just going to go by in the news today. He named Omarosa, the girl from his Apprentice show, the girl who's come out and said that Trump is a straight up racist. She's come out and said this. But now, coincidentally, she's his head of black community outreach. Okay? Like, who needs a head of who needs anyone to hire someone to specifically to rally up black people, outreach to black people? This is ridiculous. Like, who needs somebody like that? Why would you even need that? This is just an example of the things that he does. It's not necessary, and he's going overboard with some of the things he does. And now you hear about his wife, the whole speech thing. She plagiarized Michelle Obama's speech. It's crazy, like almost word for word. Like, she basically took her speech, and each sentence she tried to change it around for her words, and she didn't do a great job of it. She did an absolute horrible job of plagiarizing. It was like when you read both speeches, if you Google it online, when you read both speeches, they're so identical it's not even funny. Like, if they were in college, she would clearly fail because that's a clear-cut plagiarism of Michelle Obama's speech. I'm not gonna, read any of that stuff to you because I'm driving and all that stuff, but you can Google it. It's all over the internet. It's crazy. But the point I'm trying to make is that with every passing day and week, you're gonna find that Trump is gonna do some like the stuff that he does and says is gonna be more and more ridiculous, to the point where people are just going to be like, yo, this guy is too crazy to be president. He's going to launch us into like some kind of freaking global war that's going to cost man American lives just because he's an asshole and he's being stupid and saying stupid stuff and doing stupid things. If he's doing this stuff now, what makes you think once he's president it's not going to get worse? That's how people think. Even Republicans are siding against him. Like, literally, the Republicans are doing like some kind of last-ditch vote they did some kind of last-ditch vote to try to change the fact that he's the nomination. It didn't work, but they literally just did that like a day or so ago, if not yesterday. It's clear cut that even Republicans don't want Trump as their nomination because they see how far out there this guy is. They really see how far, and not for nothing, the only reason why he's a Republican, on the Republican Party anyways, because he tried to do his own party, and he realized he's a smart man. He's not an idiot by no means. He realized that there's no way he's going to get the support. You know, just like the liberal party, there's no support for it. It's not enough. If you're not running as a Democrat or Republican, you're not getting elected president. You're wasting your time. So he knew that. So he made it so his views align along with the Republican Party. But I think he did that on purpose, solely to get Clinton elected. That's why I'm saying it. All this he's doing is just a ploy to get Clinton elected. And that's the reason why I say that Clinton is going to win. Not only she's going to win, but she's going to win by a lot, because he's going to keep doing more and more stupid shit that's going to make people say that he's crazy and not want to vote for him. It's already happening. It's already happening. It's been happening. And I've been saying this. I've literally been saying this for a year or so, if not more, you know, even before he was nominated, that if Trump ends up being, I've said that if Trump ends up being the Republican nomination, whoever's running against him, whether it be Clinton or Bernie Sanders or whatever, they're going to be the one that's getting elected, because Trump he's on record as being a Democratic supporter, you know, through the years, and you don't just all of a sudden change. And I mean, I guess you could change if you really wanted to, but it's unlikely that you just change like that. But he's just doing more and more crazy stuff, and he's doing it on purpose, because it's to the point where it's like cartoon crazy, like the type of stuff, like I'm expecting like Bugs Bunny Wile E. Coyote to come out with the Acme, gadgets, and something blows up, or an anvil falls on somebody's head, or like it's starting to get like cartoon crazy, the type of stuff he does. It's like just when you think he can't do anything, when he couldn't do anything worse, he finds a way to do something worse than the last thing he did. Remind me later. Sorry, that was my car asking to do a vehicle health report. It does every 10,000 miles. Anyway, he just does more and more outlandish things, and each thing that he does is more outlandish than the last. And now I'm putting out this video. I'm saying that I've been saying this, okay, but now I'm literally on record as saying this. So now you're gonna see for yourself that with every week, Trump's gonna be in the headlines doing something else that's crazy as hell, and it's gonna make you think about what I'm saying. I'm telling you, Clinton is going to be president, and trust me, it's not because I wanted to be president. I mean, there's no one running right now that I really want to be president, but it looks like our next president is Hillary Clinton, and it's because it's been set up that way. And I don't know who set this up, who decided this, whether it was Clinton and Trump. They came together and figured out how to do this, and they decided to do it this way, but someone put this plan together, and it's freaking working. Because no one's really talking about the mistakes that Clinton's making. You still hear Republicans trying to keep it alive and stuff like that, but it's really being overshadowed by the asinine stuff that Trump's doing. I mean, you still have your diehard Republicans that Trump's a hero. He's saying the things that I want to say, and blah blah. He's a great American. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Whatever. Okay. I don't want to call you a racist or anything like that, because that's just how you feel, whatever. It's not, I'm not going to call Trump a racist, because I know for a fact he's not a racist. He's just an asshole. There's a difference between a racist and an asshole. He's saying stupid shit, and he's never said stupid shit like this before recent times. He's never really said stupid shit like this, but all of a sudden he's saying stupid shit. And the type of shit he's saying is like so outlandish, it paints him as a racist. Now, why would someone all of a sudden start talking like this, especially during a time when there's an election coming? Like, why would you say things like this? Everything's on record that you say. You only say things like this, because you really, the only reason why I'm thinking he's saying something like this, because he's really trying to not win. He's in a position where it's down to two people. It's either him or the other person. So if he says stupid shit, people think he's crazy, and they're not going to vote for him. So they're going to naturally vote for the other person, because there's no third person there for you to vote for, really. There are third people on the, third, fourth, fifth people on the ballots, but no one really knows who they are, and they're not going to gain enough support for you to vote for them. So that's why I say, mark my words, Today is July 19th. It is 7:20 in the morning that I'm doing this video on my way to work. Hillary Clinton is our next president, and it's going to be by a lot. Mark my words. I'm telling you. Hillary Clinton, president, by a lot.